Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome my transport tycoons. Today we're venturing into the wonderful world of OpenTTD mods, where you can turn your quaint little train empire into an overwhelmingly complex logistical nightmare, or you can just make your trains look a bit shinier. This one is especially for the fresh-faced beginners out there who's dipped their toes into OpenTTD and thought, well, this is lovely, but could it be more? Well, you're in luck, because I will be showcasing 3 levels of mods, each increasing in how much it changes the game. We'll start off with some nice simple quality of life tweaks, and then step it up with mods that start to change the game's mechanics, and finally we'll peek into the realm of new cargo networks with complexity that might be enough to question your life choices. So whether you're just starting out or ready to take it up a notch, stick around and let me guide you through the best mods for beginners. All aboard? Let's mod OpenTTD. First up is Level 1, and Level 1 consists of a collection of mods with something in common. They all have OpenGFX Plus in their name. Now, these mods just take the standard game and make a small tweak to it. There's various different mods in the category to choose from. There's ones that work with trees, airports, industries, landscape, road, stations, and trains. So let's have a quick look at what each one does. The airports GRF gives some enhancements to the airports. Not much, just a little bit. Gives them some terrain awareness and also adds rotations to the airports. The tree GRF allows you to do a few things in the parameters. It allows you to set candidates for forests and what the roadside trees are within cities. You can also have some sort of preset select and also exclude certain trees if you wish. Now, the Industries mod doesn't really change that much. It's got a couple of minor fixes in it, but what it does give you is it gives you a number of options for you to be able to configure the different industry chains in the different environments, and you can then modify it to your desire. The Landscape GRF provides an alternative ground tile, one that kind of gets rid of the squariness and grid lines that you would normally see, and it also adds a few new objects for you to be able to populate the landscape with as well. The Road Vehicle mod changes the default vehicles a little, but it does keep it to the OpenGFX style. It adds some cargo support as well as the ability to auto-refit, and also add refrigerated trucks. So for cargo types which fall off on the profit graph quite quickly, you can use refrigerated trucks and get better payment methods over longer distances with slower trucks. But the big one is it also adds trams. Basic trams, yes, but it does add some trams to the game that allows you to do a little bit of passenger services on tram rails. The Stations mod is quite straightforward. It allows you to have a variety of different station designs. Not much, nothing crazy, just a few things that look a little different. I think this is a perfect little tweak to the game. The Trains mod enhances the rolling stock for the various different rail types, but does keep it in the same style of that OpenGFX. The cargo support has been added, so you can get different sorts of cargo in different trucks, and again, that auto refit feature is enabled. You also get slightly enhanced graphics and also an adjustment to the costs of some of the vehicles. I think that this is a nice little collection of mods. Nothing major really changes, and it's really nice to be able to have trams as part of your network. So I do recommend this for pretty much anyone who's playing OpenTTD. So now you might be saying, hang on a minute, how do I actually get these mods? How do I install them and how do I apply them to my game? Well, I've got a video dedicated to that topic, so you can go check that out, and there's a link in the video description if you need to. But if you're all good, let's move on to Level 2. Level 2 comes in 2 halves. The first is about the way that things look. The second is to do with vehicles. First up is the Total Town Replacement. This is a building set, and it changes the way that your buildings look within the city, as well as the roads in there as well. Not only does it change the look, but the look of the town changes through the ages. There's a number of different stages that the towns will go through as they grow and develop. The next one is the Industry Stations Renewal mod, or ISR as it's sometimes called. This one allows you to have different tiles for your station, and they match the different cargoes that can be moved around in the game. You can have a grain silo as part of your station, or maybe a super high security platform. These different looks are just that, looks. that it doesn't do anything different. But one of the things that it does kind of do is allow you to connect things up in different ways and make it look different, make it fit the industry part of OpenTTD. One of my favorite things about this particular mod is the way that if you don't have everything being picked up immediately, the cargo can be seen building up on the platform and tiles of various different stations sometimes. And I think this is a fantastic little touch. And the last in the first half of level 2 is the total bridge renewal. This one changes all the bridges in the game and gives you a completely different set to play with. This one is complete personal preference. Some people are going to like the base ones in the game and others are going to prefer the new ones, but it's a fantastic option to add some more variety to what you're used to seeing in the game. Now we move on to the vehicles. The first up is Shark. Now Shark is what we call a fork. It's been branched off a different mod, and there's actually been a branch of a branch of a branch. It's a little complex, but basically Shark. It adds 70 new ships to the game, and some of those ships can go faster on open water than it can canals, and some of them are big, and some of them are tiny, and some of them are fast, and some of them are slow, and just a variety to the game. I feel that one of the things that OpenTTD does lack is a variety in its ships, and I think Shark is a brilliant mod that fills that gap. Also, I don't think it's too overpowered. I sometimes find some mods that just add new things to the game aren't really well balanced, and I think this one is. Now, if you've already got the mods from the previous level 1, you might not think you need the improved generic Tram Set. You've already got trams from the road mod. Well, there's an important word here: improved. This Tram Set is a little bit more fleshed out. It's got more options, it can carry more cargo, and it has more trams. So if you don't have trams, or even if you have the basic trams, this improved set can be a good one to add to the game. The next two are for the future. You can change the end date of the game or just ignore it and play right through it, but if you do, you run out of new vehicles to be able to play with. Now the Vactrain Set can help here. It adds a whole new rail set to the game, vac tubes that cost an absolute fortune, and trains that go at ridiculous speeds. But they are quite profitable and can be a fun addition to the game to extend your gameplay. Like I said though, be careful, they are extremely expensive, even for one tile. And in addition to that, there's also hover vehicles. These are just like the normal road vehicles, except they don't have wheels, they hover, and they go faster too. So you can use these in the future to bring your game into the next century. So that was level 2, some graphical changes to the game and some extra vehicles to play with. But now we're going to look at level 3. In level 3 we have just one mod, but oh my word, what a mod it is. The FURS Industry Replacement Set is absolutely fantastic, and once you've conquered it, you're probably not really a beginner anymore. It's got a massive 83 different cargoes, 78 industries, and you can play them in 5 different economies. These are the different ways that the industries all link together in the game. Some of these economies are more complicated than others. The Tropic Basic, Arctic Basic, and Temperate Basic all have relatively simple economies, not many cargo types, around 18 cargoes and 19 industries in each one. Temperate was inspired by the southwest of the UK, where Arctic was inspired by Finland and northern Canada. Tropic is inspired by places like Peru and Chile, and they are, relatively straightforward, replacing the basic things in the game. However, you can take things up a notch. You've got a more complex one called Inner Hot Country, and this one's best used with the subtropic climate. It's inspired by places like Central Western Africa. It has 29 cargoes and 33 industries. But the big one is Steel Town. Even though it's got 31 industries, just a couple less than Inner Hot Country, it has a whopping 48 cargo types in it, and is quite a web of the way that you can move things backwards and forwards. It features iron and steel and heavy manufacturing industries. In the end, you're meant to be making vehicles to take to the town, and it's really rewarding to play this. If you want to see more FURS, I did the complex Steel Town in my Season 10 Let's Play, so you can check out the playlist for a whole load of videos about me trying to make those vehicles. And then I am doing In a Hot Country in my current Let's Play, my Season 11 one, and at the moment, at the time of recording, I'm doing that live every week. Now I'm going to give an honourable mention. This is not a GRF, but it is a mod. It's a game script. The Simpleton City Builder script is really good for building cities, and if you're fed up of the base game mechanics, it is a brilliant way to challenge yourself at growing a city. Now, this was also featured in my Season 10 Let's Play, so you can find out a little bit more about it there. But you can get the script, download it, play around with its settings, and then try and grow your city according to the requirements that it demands. So there is my list of mods which I recommend to beginners. Do you think I've missed any? Let me know down in the comments along with any other thoughts, ideas or questions that you may have. Please give the video a like if you've enjoyed it or found it useful, and I will see you soon. But that's all from me for now. Take care, and goodbye.